sit down, please. So normally Mr. goes through this first part, if you've been called away to do something. But this is a very easy subject for me to talk about and to introduce, because it's a little passion of mine. I got involved with Stigma-Free Society probably about 6 years ago, and I'm on the board, and I don't know if you know what being on a board means, but being on most charitable organisations are run by boards who are volunteers. The school has a board. Different organisations have boards, and Stigma-Free has a board. It just helps the employees to keep the thing going and develop opportunities and do the business of it. So Stigma-Free is a great organisation. We've actually got someone coming later this morning actually, from Stigma-Free, who's going to meet some members of our club and talk a little bit about it. He's a great resource. He's written 2 or 3 books himself, and so that'll be good. So without further ado, I'd like to call upon some members of our Stigma-Free Club to introduce the whole thing.
Hi everyone, my name's Oceana and I'm one of the captains of the Stigma-Free Club.
My name's Claire and I'm in the Stigma-Free Club.
Hi, and I'm Angela. I'm also a member of the Stigma-Free Club.
Stigma-Free is a global initiative raising awareness around the world. The video we are about to show you was originally made by Cuba's Stigma-Free Club and has since been shared across schools in the nation.
Some students and educators at Queen Margaret School in Duncan are running a stigma-free club. What is that, you ask? Well, watch and find out. Essentially, it's a club that tries to destigmatize various things in our society. There's an organization called the Stigma-Free Society that can help you get this going at your school if you have interest in doing that. Their website and contact information is provided below.
While the Stigma-Free Club, its mission is to spread awareness on not only autism, but other problems around the world like mental health problems, LGBTQ, things that people are closed-minded to, I guess just need that awareness of problems in society.
Our Stigma-Free Club is a place for everybody to have some sort of connecting aspect of our school where people can feel free to explore themselves, explore and learn a lot.
I got involved in the Stigma-Free Club because I heard about it one day and I was thinking, this is something I could probably advocate for, and I decided to make the shift and join it. I remember around last April I decided to partake in a presentation about autism awareness, and I feel like that was my first true mark on the club.
So we have so many opportunities to learn about new things and teach others about those as well. And then we actively do something in our community to show people what we've learned and influence others around the community.
I feel like something I've learned from being in part of the Stigma-Free Club is self-advocacy, not just for myself, but for others. I guess you could say it's a safe haven.
Our club has really started a couple years ago and has grown dramatically over the past couple of years. And that's been very cool to watch and see. And our main goal is basically just to show everybody and prove that our community is something that is able to feel inclusive in all aspects, no matter who you are, what you do, what you like, what you don't like. It's a place for everybody to feel safe and respected. And I think it's just such a cool aspect of our school, and I hope it evolves a lot more, not just through our community as a school, but through the Cowichan Valley along with the rest of the world. I really hope what we do in our club really expands a lot more.
For Autism Awareness Month, both last year and this year, I've been able to spread the word by doing public speaking through the school, and that was last year, but this year I'm looking at doing public speaking with the junior school and going around the community and actually talking about autism and my experiences and trying to raise awareness, like not only here, but from a wide scale point of view.
So, what is stigma? Have you ever felt judged for something beyond your control? What I've just described is called stigma. It's a negative label or judgment placed on someone due to a characteristic, condition, or situation. So why is this important? What are the negative impacts of stigma? It prevents people from seeking help, creates isolation, and reinforces discrimination. Now let's learn what the stigma-free does.
Okay, so who are we and what do we do? The Stigma Free Club was launched to raise awareness about stigma attached to topics like mental illness, racism, gender inequality, and people with diverse abilities. We strive to make our school an inclusive and stigma-free community through our actions and being role models for others. As the Stigma Free Club is full of senior school students, we seek to educate junior school students about kindness, inclusion, belonging, and acceptance through in-class presentations. All students in Stigma Free are invited to watch presentations about stigma, constantly educating ourselves and challenging our own views and perspectives. Members also sign the Stigma Free Pledge. This is just one of the reasons why we proudly display our Stigma Free certification that can be seen hanging in Carrington Hall. Over the years, we have done many fundraisers to raise money for local charities, such as organizations that support LGBTQ+, men's health, local friendship society, autism, and mental health.
Our autism awareness ice cream sales have become an annual tradition here at QMS. Last year, we raised over $880 for the Quebec's Autism Network. The purchases you make will assist in creating a positive difference in the life of a child. It's Random Acts of Kindness Week at QMS. Take this week to share kind words and practice kind actions. Though we only recognize it one week, our Stigma Free Club students have been raising money throughout the year for local charities. Our club is thrilled to donate the proceeds of to both the Cowichan Intercultural Society and the Cowichan Valley Youth Services. We hope this small act of generosity and support will have a meaningful and positive impact on the Cowichan students.
So how do we be stigma-free in our daily life? First, educate yourselves and others. Try to challenge myths and misconceptions when you hear them. Remember to keep an open mind. Use respectful language. What you say matters more than you think. Replace harmful labels with kind words. Show empathy and support. Listen without judgment. Encourage inclusivity conversations and ensure you ask good questions so you leave the discussion with a better understanding of how to support the other person. And take action. Speak up against stigma and educate others. Join the Stigma Free Club and become an active participant in making our school a safe, inclusive, and supportive community.
Okay, so now that you know what stigma is, you know how to be stigma free, we're going to do some scenarios where I'm going to read out a scenario and Claire's going to read a more stigmatized response, and then we're going to ask you guys if we can come up with any strategies or solutions to make this more stigma free. And you will get chocolate if you participate. So, participate. All right, the first scenario is about mental health, and maybe it's a student who's feeling like their workload is too much. So I'd say, I've been feeling really anxious lately. I think I need to see a counselor.
You're just overreacting. Everyone gets stressed and don't need therapy.
Okay, can anyone tell me what was wrong with this scenario or how we can make it better?
Joe!
Clara didn't really listen to Oceana, and it creates stigma and like anxiety, kind of.
Great point. Okay, Charlotte?
You discount what your feelings instead of acknowledging them. So to do a comment, you could say like, well, that's something really stressful. What is it making you feel this way?
Yeah, great point. You see a hand in the back there?
Yeah. She could have just said, well, you could do a few lessons and see how it goes instead of being like you don't need it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else that can do this?
You could be more
encouraging words.
One could just, instead of completely discounting the emotions and things, saying what they think is best for you, try to understand what they're going through and find a better course of action.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next scenario. This scenario is a disability student.
Okay, so during a classroom presentation, maybe one like this, a student with autism starts using a fidget toy to help them manage anxiety and stay focused.
Can you stop that? It's distracting and I need to focus.
Okay, can anyone tell us what was wrong with this or how we can make it better?
Me? Yeah. Alright. Well, one could just ignore it because that is the disrespectful thing to do. Let them use their fidget toy and let them focus on their own. And one could make it better by, I don't know, making them more accessible or something.
Anyone else, any other ideas?
Instead of like explaining to something she can't help, you should try to like make it more
Yeah, controlling yourself instead of others, that's a great one.
Instead of getting focused, say, could you please try and be a little bit quieter with the fidget? Come up with a solution that won't be that much distracting.
Yeah, kindly suggesting solutions. Yeah.
You can try and get more involved and try to get to the situation than just focusing on the needs.
Yeah. I think that a great one was moving yourself from the art of moving, because you can only control what you can control. So if it's really bothering you, then that's something that you can always do. It's just move your seat.
Anyone else for that scenario?
Just by having a seeing if they need like another fidget toy or a babysitter.
Being a friend and asking them if you can support them in any way is a great suggestion. Okay, our third scenario is an LGBTQ plus scenario. So, a student comes out as non-binary and asks to be called they, them pronouns.
That's too confusing. I'll just call you what I've always called you.
And so you guys are honest. Yeah, so respecting the person, maybe asking some good questions. Yeah, we'll take care.
Respecting what they want to be called.
Yeah, that's great.
Instead you might say, that's confusing to me, but I'll try my best even though I might mess up.
Yeah. You're taking accountability. That's great. Yeah.
You're basically saying that you're not supporting their decision and you're just gonna be like, well, you're not non-binary because I'm not.
Right. That's the problem with this experience.
Just like try it out.
Yeah, I do that. Like we said earlier, all you can control is yourself and how you react. So
Obviously, everyone's gonna make mistakes, but all that comes down to trying to get.
Ask them if they can repeat it again. So if there's enough time to get into your head. But then they them.
asking for that's great.
They just kind of disregard the other person's emotions. They didn't pay attention to their wants or something they can really control. That is definitely like a small thing. They're not asking them to do something big. They're just, okay, you can call me by this pronoun. So you could just be a lot more accepting of it.
You could, you should try to call them, but if you do mess up, it's because you're making an investment, it's not something that they should be mad about, but you should definitely try to adopt it.
And making mistakes is okay, just as long as we take accountability for those mistakes.
As long as we keep trying, even though we're making mistakes.
By respecting what they want to be called, and if you can't like remember or then ask them what they want to be called.
Asking questions is always okay as long as it's in a respectful manner.
If you accidentally mess up, correct yourself and say sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll with it and try to adapt.
Yep. Great suggestion. Okay.
Okay, so this next scenario is going to be for a student who has a learning disability. So I'm going to be a student she's a student in class and she has a help network that she has a learning disability, and I'm going to say the stigmatized response. So, can you stop? Oh, you get so much extra help. That's not fair. Why don't I get that help too?
When you're asking or like saying to it, that they get more help, just say that, we would like some help too and understand and ask why. And maybe if they don't share, then like say, oh, okay, then I don't get as much help as you do, but you need the help.
Instead of projecting the need for help onto them, you could raise your hand and ask if someone can help you so that you can get your needs met. Yeah, ask them if you're for sure.
If you feel like a weird that they have a mental disability, you could just like mind your own business and not even like take a disrespectful comment.
Always an option.
Maybe instead of asking the student, you can ask the teacher because you don't totally know why the student is getting extra help. So then they might feel discouraged after that. You could just be a bit more polite about it, and if you need help, just ask the teacher.
Yeah, for sure. Controlling yourselves, asking for your own support, making sure we're being respectful of person.
Instead of getting mad at Oshi for something that they needed, you should have asked them if they
Okay. That's all we have for it. Thank you guys so much for all your helpful suggestions. That was so great. And okay. So, and thank you for listening to our presentation. All very, very nice. And remember, being stigma-free starts with small actions that create a big impact. If you leave here today with nothing else, I want to challenge you all to be the reason someone feels seen, heard, and supported. Because that's the most important part. All right. So, yeah, thank you all for listening.
I just want to thank you, that was just an excellent session. I think, and I want to thank you because the participation in today's session was just excellent. Does anyone out there know what an idealist is? Put your hand up and speak loud. Levi.
I believe an idealist is someone who hopes to form a better future for everybody.
Hopes to? For?
Or tries to.
Tries to, yeah. An idealist believes that there is a better world. There's always a better experience, a better opportunity for everyone, right? I'm an idealist, and I hope that there are many more of idealists out there, and I actually sense there are. When you want to change the world, some of you have heard me say this before, start with the world immediately around you, right? As opposed to just saying, okay, how am I going to impact all these billions of people out there? Well, let me start just with the people around me. And that's what we do at QMS, and that's what we do so well. And I want you to be proud of that, because we have, and this is not being boastful, this is just quite cool, that we have the only stigma-free club in any school in Canada. So nobody else has stigma-free club. Why? Many other schools have kind of nibbled at the thing, but nobody has actually taken it and made it happen. And 5 years ago, a couple of staff members and some students got it going, and you saw a couple of them right there in the video. And now the next wave has kept it going, and we're giving ourselves a far greater chance of achieving what we want to achieve, which is QMS is a place where everybody feels that they belong, everybody feels respected, everybody feels that they can thrive and be themselves and do their best. That's what we're trying to create here, people. We're doing a fabulous job of it. Yes, we have the odd mistake here and there, but that's life. So let's keep on that track. It's a terrific aspiration. Paul Gami, whom you heard there, it was one of my proudest moments, I have to tell you, when we were in here and we'd done something, and Paul was in grade 10, and I was just doing what I do. I was just summing up at the end. And as I finished, Paul put his hand up, and I said, yeah, Paul, do you have a question? He said, no, Mr. Robertson, it's not a question. I just would like to say something. And I said, okay. Because I knew that Paul was on the autism spectrum. And I said, sure. So he stood up and he said to everybody in the chapel, he said, I just want you to know that I am on the autism spectrum, so if I don't respond to you in the way that you might expect me to, it's not because I'm being rude or I don't like you, it's just because of who I am. And he sat down. And I thought that was one of the finest moments, because we had created a community where someone like that who'd been bullied at his previous schools and rejected felt safe enough to do that. That's what I put down to a community willing to embrace all the right ideals. So keep up the good work. Thank you again this morning. Thank you.